Morning, it's New York City Reloader here. Today I wanted to show you something I teased about in an earlier video, my mini Mr. Bulletman for my Dillon 650. And normally I can crank out, about 650, 750 rounds an hour on my Dillon. And that's with me placing a bullet on top of each shell. About the only thing I have to do in the progressive mode on my Dillon is to pull the handle, make sure it's got powder, make sure it's got primer, make sure I've got cases in it. And normally I would drop a little 224 bullet on top of each round of brass right before it goes into the seating die and then the crimp die. But today I've gone ahead and got my mini Mr. Bulletman feeder in 223 loaded on my 650 so that I can go ahead and go full progressive and use the mini Mr. Bulletman. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and show you the mini Mr. Bulletman and talk about it and how good it is. So my mini Mr. Bulletman bullet feeder that came in 223 5x6 came in this tube. And in that tube came this giant cartridge, I would say, or magazine that holds 2 to 3 bullets, and you can see that I've got it filled to the top with 223. I didn't fill the final chamber. I'm going to show you how easy that is to do now. Just go ahead and simply drop in the bullets into the feeder. When I do place it on the press, there is a little cotter pin that goes in here that I'll pull out, and that'll actually load them into the bullet feeder tube itself. And I'll show you what that looks like as well. So besides this tube, I got a bullet feeder, which is clearly shown here. There's a tube and then the bullet feeder. And then I got this manual. I got a business card from them. I got a sticker for them for my pickup truck, which is always nice. And in the baggie came 3 detent balls. So 3 balls additionally, so I can have some smooth operation on the magazine here, where it actually spins around. After I loaded a sleeve or a tube, I simply rotate the bottom and then it moves to the next tube, and the next tube will essentially deliver more ammo. So to get down and go to my last bullet on the press each time, I just turn it and get to another feeder. You can also buy additional feeder tube attachments, and that's also quite nice. So I'm going to go ahead and show you now how that looks on the press. My Dillon 650, I have my normal tray here where I keep all my bullets that I'm going to just simply drop on top of each shell each time, and that's what essentially allows me to load them into the bullet. Now, usually a manual process. So now that I've added this, I've just brought my production up from about 650, 750 rounds an hour up to over 1,000. Here you'll see the bullet feeder attachment, and you'll see it goes up and down. When the case goes up inside here, it actuates the mechanism and drops another bullet. When the Dillon slides down and goes to the next stage, it'll actually pull the bullet out and to be fed on top of the brass. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like. I'm going to push forward to put a primer in the next one, and I'm going to then pull down, make sure that there's one actuated in here real quick too. Let me go ahead and put a bullet in the feeder so you can see real quick. There's one bullet in there. So when I actuate this, you'll see that case that's in that position. I push it forward. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Okay, now when that bullet comes back down, it's gonna have a 224 head on it. Okay, so that's as easy as that. Go ahead and load the rest of these so that the bullet feeder has a full complement of 224 full metal jacket boat tail 55 grain bullets in that particular tube. And once that's filled up, I'll be able to go ahead and put it on my press and start making some ammo very easily. Again, you can also buy additional magazine tubes, a whole apparatus like this, and have them loaded up ahead of time. It doesn't take too long to load it up, so I don't think I would have a problem with the one for now, but I'll probably buy a couple more just in case and see if that doesn't increase the performance and speed of my reloading anyway. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the press. I'll show you how that works. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take that feeder and simply drop it right on the press, and the bullet feeder, it's tube itself. I'm gonna drop it right on, there we go. There you go. Okay, so now it's loaded, it's on my press. You can see it's sitting there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out that little cotter pin I mentioned to you, and that's what starts the feed of those bullets into the bullet feeder. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and actuate my press and load another shell. And presto changeo. What do you know? Another bullet. Automatically setting the bullets on the case itself. And I can just simply crank through them as fast as I can turn the crank. That's how I can load them. There's not a lot more to show on the mini Mr. Bullet man feeder. I got to tell you, it's really increased my output. I'm cranking through the 223 ammo like crazy now because of this. It's definitely helped. It's given me a free hand to do other things with while I'm reloading, you know, get the other things set and processed while I'm pulling that handle. So I'd advise you guys, if you've got a Dillon 550, a Dillon 650, go ahead and take a look at the mini Mr. Bullet Man from Double Alpha and take it for a spin. The price has dropped considerably from when I first looked at it. I even thought about buying a big bullet feeder, maybe the Horn 80 or even the Mr. Bullet Man feeder, the large capacity unit, and thought about buying that. But this actually fits my needs. I can throw 100 plus in there and knock them out. And while I'm feeding it back again with bullets and more cases and primers and more powder, it seems the perfect opportune time for me to go ahead and load the mini Mr. Bullet Man with new bullets. So all in all, I would recommend getting this. I don't know why I waited so long, maybe because I was waiting for the price to get a little better, and it has. So you know, that's all I have to say about this. When you get a chance, to stop by the reloadersnetwork.com. They have a chat room that's fantastic. Well, all the great reloaders are on, and you can chat with them, talk to them, and read some of the comments in the forums, as well as look at some great content from some of the greatest content creators on the internet for guns, reloading, casting, and everything else. When you see that little subscribe button on the bottom, do me a favor and click it. Got a lot of people watching, but not a whole lot of people subscribing in the grand scheme of things. So if you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate it as well. All right, have a great day. Bye.